Good afternoon, Ben and Tim. Welcome to our intervention presentation for sustainability within the education sector. So to establish what sustainability is, I'm going to be using the definition from the UN Brundtland Report of 1987. And sustainability is the ability to meet the needs and aspirations of the present without compromising the ability to meet those needs in the future. The sustainable development goal we will be focusing in on during this presentation is goal number 4, which is providing quality education. And that is to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. And specifically within this goal, we will be looking at the objective of building and upgrading education facilities that are child, disability, and gender sensitive and provide safe, nonviolent, inclusive, and effective learning environments for all. Now, just a quick recap of the 3 directions we can take in terms of implementing sustainability within education. We have social, which is the ability to balance the needs of the individual with the needs of the group. We have economic sustainability, which is defining strategies that promote the utilization of socioeconomic resources to their best advantage. And we have environmental sustainability, which is ensuring that processes, systems, and activities reduce the environmental impact of an organization's facilities, products, and operations. Now, initially, we wanted to focus on the social pillar of sustainability with respect to education, as we thought looking into the individual needs of a student, teacher, or parent would lead to a more feasible area of intervention. However, through some primary and secondary research, we uncovered problem areas surrounding fluctuating school populations and infrastructure issues. As a result, we started to look more closely at sustainability within the Edmonton Public School Board through an environmental lens.
So here is Edmonton Public School Board's current mission statement. We inspire student success through high-quality learning opportunities supported by meaningful, engaged students, families, staff, and community. So how are they upholding their mission? EPSB currently has 3 priority goals. 1 is fostering growth and success for every student by supporting their journey from early learning through high school completion and beyond. And also number 3, which is enhancing public education through communication, engagement, and partnerships. We decided to look into number 2, which is providing welcoming high-quality learning and working environments. Within this goal, there are 2 smaller goals, which is focusing on well-being and student citizenship, as well as quality infrastructure for all. We decided to look into quality infrastructure for all due to our interviews as well as the sources of research we were able to compile. Quote by Nathan Ip, about 60% of our schools are 50 years old or older. Edmonton currently continues to grow by 3,000 students, about 100 classrooms per year. And here is EPSB's one of the biggest current and future challenges they have is space for students, which is making room for students in growing neighborhoods. Many schools have had to take unusual measures to meet the needs of students, including increasing class sizes and using gyms, stages, and libraries as learning space. Unfortunately, these measures are not realistic long-term solutions for healthy and quality learning. With the demand for more learning spaces as students enroll, EPSB uses portable classrooms to create more room for students to learn in. So what are portable classrooms? They are installed at a school to temporarily and quickly provide additional classroom space where there is a shortage of capacity. Through an interview with Vanessa LeCain, principal of Sweetgrass School, we discovered that the portables may be removed once a school's capacity no longer needs them. This can be because of the school's opening in the area or lack of students, as well as adding a permanent addition to the school without the need of the portable. Utilities are often attached to the main building to provide power and heat for the room, but not water. And although that the portable may give the sense of a temporary rebuilding, these structures can be built to last decades for a school to use. Portables are also very costly to move from school to school, roughly costing approximately $500,000. This is why many schools still keep portables whether they need them or not. Both Catholic and public schools have portables that are more than 40 years old, even though they are meant for 25 years.
Along with the past interview, we were able to get a second one of Vanessa Lacane, the principal of Sweetgrass School in Edmonton, who has experience in dealing with portable classrooms. Some key issues we took from her was swale between the main building and portables, causing large amounts of water to build up. Swale are ditches built to direct and slow the flow of rainwater so that it has a chance to sink into the soil. Other issues were internally they were noisier than normal classrooms, long wait times for getting permits to move portables into place, and were a lot of work to install. Given the age, they were worn down and not the nicest looking buildings. There are also temperature fluctuations through the season. We chose to focus on the highlighted issues to potentially solve within our intervention.
Introducing the drab portable. It's very gray, it's boring, it's in a parking lot. Let's meet our class. We have 2 grade 4 students we're going to look at. Timmy, who loves playing outside. Sally, who doesn't like the big puddle that gathers outside of the portable. Little Walter in grade 3, he's in the building right now, but next year he's going to be sent to the big scary portable. And Mrs. Fitz, who is the teacher, she likes the portable as she's kind of out there in nature, but she doesn't like being so isolated. There they are in class, and then when recess comes, they get to go outside, but there's the big puddle. It's muddy outside. Kids are falling because it's icy. It is a mess. Little Walter tries going out to the park, and he has to walk around the big scary monolith of the portable, a big tin box. He's pretty scared he's going to have to be in that thing next year. Doesn't look very fun. And lastly, after a fun recess around a big puddle, fun for some maybe, they're all back in class.
Now, from those key findings from the phone interview with Vanessa, we were able to link some issues that pertained to cognitive and environmental ergonomics. And this is from an article on the psychology of interior design for learning spaces. And it states that, the reality is if you're sitting in an uncomfortable chair or you're distracted by glare, you're focusing on the source of discomfort rather than the process of learning. And that distraction is a stress, and if you're stressed, you're not learning. So comfort in a learning environment can be as simple as adequate lighting, proper acoustics, and well-regulated ambient temperature. And these considerations relate to our findings from the phone interview, in which the interviewee described temperature fluctuations being a thing in portables and them being noisier than traditional classroom settings. Studies have shown that office employees are more productive when they are near natural elements, and students are no different. Simply incorporating plants in the classroom layout improves the grades of middle school students, reduces sick leave in primary school students, and makes students and staff feel more comfortable and satisfied. And this links to the point that, portables are often worn down and old, and they're not the nicest looking buildings. And oftentimes portables are placed in the parking lots of schools. And so, when you enter inside, all you see out through the window are just parking lots, concrete land. And, it's not very engaging for students who are studying within those portables. Now, in terms of portables, there was a study done at the University of Florida in 2013 that looked at environmental quality enhancements of portable classrooms as a solution for educational improvement within those classrooms. And what they found was that a vegetated view, so a student sitting inside of a portable looking outside, a vegetated view has a positive impact on student performance. However, a distracting view, such as roads and places where non-school activities occur, can be a distraction for students. Now, how would a vegetated view possibly improve the learning environment within these portable classrooms? Well, the study states that, rooms without a view are often prisons for people who have to stay inside of them. And when people are in a place for any length of time, they need to be able to refresh themselves by looking at a world different from the one they're currently in, and with enough of its own variety and life to provide refreshment. So I guess instead of seeing like the standard, cars in a parking lot all the time, maybe you can see plants with bees and other pollinators circling around them. And again, it's providing that visual interest for students to sort of glance over, get refreshed, and get back to learning.
So here is our intervention. We call them modular plant pods. These pods are a foot wide to accommodate the various sizes The base collects excess rainwater from the portable downspout to stop it from piling up in the swales between the buildings, which will be used to support the plant life. There is an insert with small holes for water diffusion where soil can be placed and the plants can be planted. A lid can also be put on the top to become the entrance of the portable's downspout. The pods can be connected via a pressure-fit tube and pegs inserted into holes, allowing them to share. So here's an in situ of what a few of these modular plant pods would look like around a portable classroom. We chose sunflowers as they have the potential to reach 5 to 10 feet when grown in full sun, provided adequate moisture and care. Size and shape vary, with bloom size ranging from several inches to a foot or more in diameter. An interior view of the portable shows the sunflowers peeking through the windows. Returning to research done from the University of Florida, they stated a vegetated view has a positive impact on student performance, but not distracting views such as roads and places where non-school activities occur. So we are hoping that these flowers will have the same positive effect. Going back to the outside view, the pods are connected to the downspout on the right to catch rainwater for the sunflowers and reduce the amount of water going to the swale. And with how large sunflowers can get, they can provide shade and additional cooling to the building itself. Plant parts such as stems, leaves, and branches can absorb sound, which is one reason why we see vegetation in office spaces and meeting areas. So with having them around the portable, they can give us an extra layer of sound absorption.
Having these pots would tie into grade 4 curriculum, which is caring about plants in the community. They would create a positive learning and living environment in and around the portables, as Chris just explained. They would help the kids connect to the community throughout these pots by growing them and giving back to the community rather than being a drab, gray portable.
For future plans, we would like to look into the limitations of our plant pots. For example, what would these plant pots be used in the winter? Could they be used for storage, for example, for sleds or any other things? And we'd also like to look into the cost of manufacturing processes, as we often understand that school boards are often on a tight budget.